Morning. I thought I'd do a live stream for yesterday's stage, day 13, because I haven't got much internet here and I didn't have much time to make a video yesterday. So I thought I'd make a live stream video for yesterday. I will make a proper video from the footage that I took probably on rest day on Monday, but time's a bit tight at the minute. So yesterday was 136 kilometres, rode with Ian and Mark. It was a long day out actually, 5.5 hours in the saddle. Few gnarly little climbs, one from lower Ubley, I think it was called, I presume, to upper Ubley, which was proper 22% front wheel coming off the ground stuff. And it was fantastic to have Mark, who stood in for Tim Pocock. Mark had just bought a brand new bike and basically just sat on the front like Tim de Klerk all day, smashing it for me and Ian, and got us around in good time. It was supposed to be a stage that I was riding with Tim Pocock, who him and his wife Debbie sponsored the stage in memory of their nephew Ben, who was killed in 2014 in the Malaysian Airlines Malaysia Flight 370, which was shot down over the Ukraine. So they dedicated that stage to him, and obviously Tim was planning on riding that with me, but then broke his collarbone in training. So we met up with Tim and Debbie at Keynsham cemetery to go and visit Ben's grave, and it was a lovely day out. I have to say the weather was fantastic. David Smith again came out twice and topped us up with water. He's been like director sportif of the year, to be honest with you. I think it's 5 or 6 times he's come out now, just to take care of us and bring us water. So a huge thanks to David there. And then it was a rush over to Brecon. We're in Brecon now. Sure, much of the scenery you can see, probably not very much if I'm honest with you, but we're staying in a lovely cottage here in just outside Llandovery, and just about to head off on today's stage, but I had to rush over here. It's sort of just over a 2-hour drive to get here, and I had to go via Trek Bristol. Mike at at Highco in Portishead, the cycling shop, suggested I try to speak to the guys at Trek about my bottom bracket, which was making a bit of a noise yesterday on the entire ride. It was clicking and kind of creaking a bit. So I called the Trek guys at Trek Bristol, and Raf and Mikey, the head mechanic there, were absolutely fantastic. They took it straight in, had a look at it, sorted it out. It wasn't really a bottom bracket problem, it's just wear and tear. I've done sort of 7,000 kilometres on it since January, so it just needed a bit of a re-grease after the bad weather on Wednesday. I think washed a bit of the grease out, so we're all up and running. So it's fantastic to have their support with this. Brilliant yesterday. So now we're in Brecon. Arrived here about 7:30 last night, threw some tea down my neck, and then just tried to get some sleep, but we couldn't. This is Rod, my father-in-law. He's riding with me today. He's just got his bike sorted out. I've also got Stefan riding with me today as well. So the route today takes us up. It's another long one. It's 115k with quite a lot of climbing again today, but you're not going to be able to do anything in Brecon that isn't climbing, are you? Let's face it, it's either going up or going down around these parts. Comes out of Llandovery, goes up over the Tirabad Military Road, which I made a video about a little while ago, which is a fantastic place because the road surface is amazing, but it's usually quite quiet. Hopefully they're not doing any firing exercises up there today. So we go up over that, and then into Trecastle, and from Trecastle down to Llandovery and beyond. It's a really lovely long descent. So most of the climbing's done in the front bit of it today. I think it's about 1,200 metres. And then it's pretty flat all the way, nearly all the way to Carmarthen. We turn back just before we get to Carmarthen, and then back up to Llandovery, and then we'll be back here. So it should be a fairly long day, I think, if I'm honest with you. So what else do I need to talk to you about? Well, essentially I'm just tired and my legs feel okay, although I'm pretty certain that it's going to change in the next couple of days of being in Brecon. Climbing always does a little bit more damage to my legs than riding on the flat. I felt very strong yesterday. For all the flat sections, I was able to give a good pull here and there, but I had, like I say, I had Mark on the front for most of it. So I've had to do very little work so far, but in the climbs, you don't really have a chance to not climb, to not work hard. So that's what we'll get. So I think I'm going to get increasingly more tired over the next 6 days. There is a rest day in the middle, day after tomorrow. So 2 days of climbing in Brecon, then a rest day, then 3 days of climbing in Brecon, and then we're back home for the last 3 stages. So that's about it. What can you say about the actual Tour de France? Well, the real story is Cav, isn't it? What an amazing sort of resurgence. And I mean, obviously, he's slightly fortunate, I think, that a lot of his competition have gone home, but you still can't take that away from him. A win is a win. And as he keeps saying, you know, the 34th win was important as the first one. And I feel pretty confident he's going to equal that Merckx record. But I think just the thing I get from it is just the way the team ride. You know, the way Morkov rides for him, Mirko, however you say his name, I don't even think he knows how to say his name, the way he rides is phenomenal. If you watched him when he crossed the line yesterday, making sure that he didn't actually cross the line in front of Cav, and then so the thing that struck me was the fact that he sort of just stayed low. He didn't set up and allow Cav the opportunity to be the sort of highest person in the shot for the photograph. I mean, that's real team riding. It's phenomenal. So that's the story of the tour as far as I'm concerned. Every day's had its own story, hasn't it, really? I better get on this and get myself going, I think, because it's, what is the time? Yeah, 8:30. So we need to be on the road in Llandovery. So it's about a five-minute drive down the road to get to the starting point. Meet up with Steph, go and do some climbing, and then lovely long descent, and then ride down to Carmarthen and back up again. Have a good one. I'll say I'll make a proper video about yesterday with all the footage and stuff on the rest day, but I think I'm going to struggle with internet here. So there might be a few more live streams for each stage at the minute. There we go. Have a good one.